Are you interested in 3D puff embroidery? Here's a quick tutorial. Let's do it. This is Arika, and this is going to be a super quick tutorial on puffy foam because I have a project that I'm doing for a gift and I wanted to test it out and it came out great. I did use tearaway on it. I saw someone mentioning that they use tearaway just about everything and they are very known in the embroidery community, so I'm going to try that today. I'm going to need a piece of tearaway stabilizer, or you could do your cutaway. You don't have to do the tearaway. I'm going to also use my 5x7 hoop for this particular project. I'm doing an apron. This particular apron right here is a blue jean one. I saw in the Instagram account that he wears a lot of blue jean and he wears a lot of black and he does brown. So I chose this blue jean one here. And I'm going to use this for the coloring. So you'll need your hoop, whatever size you're going to use. You're going to need your stabilizer. And to do the puffy foam, you're going to need some foam. Now, I did buy mine from Silky. And this is genuine puffy foam. I have heard people using the cheaper versions. I don't have any on hand, so I'm going to use what is suggested for embroidery. The color of the thread is this here. So I'm going to get a color that's close to it, and the only brown color in here is this one here, and that should cover it. Yes. And so when I did this one here, I did use pink foam for this one here. It was just a little small piece just for my test out. So you will need the color of your foam to match your clothing and your threading. And so I'm going to hoop this here. And I just got my little basic tools. This here, I probably won't even need that, but I probably will use one of these here, which is my applique scissors. I just keep those for every project. And I also keep my handy dandy seam ripper for every project. So I have my hoop here. And you're going to need some type of puffy font. And so I do have one. I'll leave it in the comments. I am going to put it here. So let me just kind of, yeah, because it's going to say in the smoke. Hopefully, yeah, it should fit in here. I think I did it on the 5x7 on my software. So I'm going to first hoop this here. Remembering to find your arrow. Mine needs cleaning up. Put this in here. And before I go to the machine, I'm gonna hop over to my computer, let you see what it looks like on the computer. Because it's just gonna say the smoke, so it's not gonna be super big. Hopefully that fits there. All right, so I'm going to get my template. You will need that to make sure you're centered. Another tutorial, or probably a short, I showed how to make sure your lines line up with those little grooves. And this one is below, so it would not be in the right place. So this template does not work with that particular hoop. Let's see if it's this one. It is this one. Because I have several 5x7, so I need to make sure I have the right one. And it does line up there. I'll need my pencil. Just gonna put a few dots. This one here I did use earlier when I made the A, so I'm just reusing it. Feel free to get another new clean sheet. I am not. All right. So now that I have that, you can pin it. I'm just gonna use the adhesive. And then I'm gonna take my apron. I'm going to fold it in half. And now that it's folded in half, I want to get right here where that is. So I'm going to line it up like so. And then wherever you want your wording to go needs to be right in this little area here. And so that's about where I would want it to go. So I'm going to spray it. Not a whole bunch. I'm just going to line it up with the dot. Making sure this is centered. I'm using my mat under too. I have those lines on this cutting mat, so I'm using that as well. And then throw this over. Let me spread this a little bit more. Alright, and I'm going to do the trace to make sure it's in the spot that I want, but the smoke is going to go here, and then I'm going to do, I don't know if I want to put the word chef here. I'm going to his restaurant here in Houston, and I wanted to gift him something, so I'm not sure if I'm going to put, his name is Reginald Scott. That's kind of long, but I could make it super small. Let me see. When I go over to the my software, I'll figure it out real quick. Let me take you to the software. I'm in the Embrillance software, and I want to just quickly show you how I created the file to do my puff embroidery. I'm going to go up here to where it has this A, clicking that. This here is what I want it to say, the smoke, and I mean it caps smoke. I'm going to click here on my font, and I have two embroidery fonts with that are used for the puff. I have one called BF 3D Block, and I have one called I have to remember the name of the other one. It's something with puff. Let me go to the top. Here it is. This one here is called Puff, and I'll leave the links to both. This one here I'm going to use the 3D one, which was BF 3D. I'm going to go for the 1 inch, and that is that. And then I'm going to add another one, and I want this one to say chef. Now the smoke is already centered where I want it to be, and then I'm going to click on the chef one, and I'm going to change it to the other font, which was this puff here. I don't want the outline because this particular one comes with the outline, 2 different styles. I'm going to go with this one, and I'm going to take it and go down so I can see what I'm working with. And that's actually pretty big. I'm going to go with, let's try the little smaller one. That's the one I want. So now I'm going to click on both of them. Now they're selected, and I'm going to go back and center it. So now it's centered where I want it, and I'm wondering if I should go in. Oh, that one doesn't do the quotations because we're doing the puff. Okay, that's fine. All right, so it's going to say the smoke, and under it's going to say chef, and it's going to be all one color, so I'm not going to worry about changing it, although I am using a brown. So I clicked on color. It's going to be some type of tan color. So I'm going to say okay here, and I'll do the same here. I don't remember which one it was, so I'm just going to choose that one. So I'm going to say okay, and now all I got to do is save my file. I'm going to go File, Save Stitch File As. Now if you wanted to save it to edit it again later, you would use the BE to save the file and then save it in your format. I need PS, so I'm just going to save the smoke, and this is just a gift. I'm not doing anything else for it. So I'm going to click this, and I'm going to go. I need my jump drive. Let me plug it in, and hopefully that will pop up for me in a second. Sometimes you have to exit off and exit back on. Let's do that. I'm going to go to File, Save Stitch File As. Smoke. And there's my jump drive, and I'm going to click Save. And that's it. I'm going to take it over to the machine. All right, I have it on my jump drive. I am going to plug it in. I use a dongle. And so I am going to, this is the one that I tested out earlier that I'm switching from. That was just my test out. Now I'm going to go and find the file I just completed. I did do the right one, didn't I? Oh. Wrong jump drive. Wrong one. That's my extra one. All right, plugging in the jump drive. Flash drive. Whatever you want to call it. All right, I'm going to go here and find my USB. Give it a second. And this is the one I want right here, the Smoke Chef. And then I'm going to say in edit. And I actually want to just trace. Oh, that's way up high. Oh, I haven't pushed my machine thing in. Make sure it is pushed all the way in. Let me run that one more time. I think that's cool. All right, so I'm going to do that there. And I'm going to say okay, embroider. Oh, it says 16 minutes. Okay. So the smoke is 16, and then the one for the word chef is 4. So this is a 20-minute project. I'm going to take the foam that you have, and I'm just going to make sure it's covering. It's going to be down here. Okay. So it's got to be at least there. I'm being very frugal. I don't want to waste my foam. So I'm going to do it one more time. Okay, so that should cover it. I'm going to do it one more time. Now I'm going to slide it up. You could just hold it. I'm going to do some spray. Because the last one, I held it. But this one, I don't want to hold that. Just a little bit. And now all I'm going to do is say, okay, embroider. And, oh, my thread. I had taken my thread to the table to show you which one I was using. And I have not loaded it. Load it real quick. If you're new to embroidery, it has numbers. I do have a tutorial on my channel to walk you through it, because I know that it's a tough one for beginners. All right, let's do it. grab my mannequin so I can just show you what it looks like. Again, I used the puffy foam from Silky. And there was a brown in there, tan, that was close to the color that I want to use. On his Instagram, I see he uses a lot of brown, so he likes brown. I can tell, brown and black. So I have that here, and I am going to pull it, and all you're doing is just pulling the foam. That's all you're doing. And it should release pretty easy. You probably could rip it. And then I'm going to take this part, and I'm just going to cut it off. Excuse me. Alright, so now that I have that off, you can just go back into the package until I'm ready to use some more. I think I'm going to get a lot more of this. I love, love, love this. So now I'm going to get these other parts out. You could use probably some tweezers, or you can pick it with my first love here, which is the seam ripper. Yep, comes right off. And now you could use some regular scissors, some sharp scissors. I think I put them away. I'm going to use my second love, which I love these two things. These two things here, oh my gosh, every project. So I'm going to snip that up, and then because this is tearaway, I'm going to just pull it. If you use cutaway, then you just cut it up. And since I use tearaway, just going to get rid of that hoop right now. And then I'm going to clean this back up by just, and I'm going to just lift it a little bit. It comes right off. So I'm going to clean that up. And I'm also going to snip some of these ends just because that's just me. Some people don't. I like it to look nice and neat. So I will go in and snip these ends. And I'm going to clean this up. Alright, so I do that. I'm going to clean this front up by just getting close and snipping. Alright, I'm about to clean this up real quick. Oh, I see now that this font has like up and downs. I just noticed that. I thought it was all one size, but it is not. Okay, let me put it on the mannequin. Long tie on it. That's good. All right. Here's the completed apron. I added some twill and my card and gifted it to him. The food was delicious. If you're in Houston, check out the smoke. This is Arika. Thanks for watching.